For an actor to maintain an unbroken hold on the audience's attention, he or she must be in a state of communication. That means they must know with what or whom they are in communication at any given time. Communication is about revealing your inner life within the given circumstances and the conditions of the character. Communication takes place via feelings, thoughts, and actions, and should be similar to the feelings, thoughts, and actions of the character being played. You engage with words, with dialogue, but also there is the non-verbal communication. There are things that are hidden, the secrets, the atmospheres. The eyes, Stanislavsky says, are the mirror of the soul, and empty eyes, the mirror of an empty soul. It is the quality of your listening that is important. We don't just listen with our ears, we listen with our eyes, we listen with our instinct, we listen with our intuition. Practice listening as you're speaking. Even as you're saying one thing, you may be sensing the mood and the atmosphere of your partner, disagreeing or agreeing. And suddenly you realize that the conversation is taking place on a whole different level than the one in which you thought you were engaging. Breathe in to bring energy to the body. Breathe in to bring energy to the mind. Breathe in to bring energy to the spirit. Breathe in to give energy to your emotional life. We operate on a number of different levels, and each one communicating in a variety of ways. For the purposes of speaking to oneself in Soliloquy, Stanislavsky devised a way to split oneself into two. He would feel his emotional life in the solar plexus and his mental life in the head. When Hamlet says to be or not to be, is the heart speaking to the mind? Is the heart closed? Is the mind speaking and the heart protected? Experiment and play with whatever works for you. We're learning to become communicative instruments. Our life as civilians involves protecting our inner life from other people's. You're familiar with that kind of relaxation you have on the London tube when everyone's kind of looking faintly hostile and absent. This allows no access to the inner life. Communication with your partner is also communication with the audience, letting the audience in to your inner life. We have to take a couple of layers of emotional skin off and be quite vulnerable and open within our communication. When we are in action, we are working with the given circumstances, and the person we're encountering is not our fellow actor, but the character they're playing. Now, if they've done their work and we are meeting them from the perspective of our character, then we are in communication properly. So much of the way that we communicate depends on our own predispositions. Ram Dass once said there was a horny person, a hungry person, an angry person, and a spiritual person driving through a town. The horny person looks out the window and sees nothing but prospective partners. The hungry person sees all the donut shops. The angry person sees the horrible people, and the spiritual person sees God everywhere. It's the same town. The lens through which they look is going to colour the way communication happens. Be very clear in your work exactly where your attention is at any given time. Acting is about relationship. If your eyes don't know where they're resting, you've probably lost focus. If you're performing with an audience, even though your attention isn't going out to them and you're not playing for laughs and you're not doing it for them, you are letting them in. There is an exchange and flow with the audience as there would be with any partner. Michael Chekhov talks about feeling the temperature of the audience, and he goes a little bit further into this work. But remember, the audience is a field of energy that you are in communion with. Treat the camera as your best friend, as your confidant. Everything that you say, the camera will appreciate from your point of view, as a best friend will. So you don't block the camera out and treat it like it's not there. You just welcome the camera in. You let yourself then be open with that friend. So now I'm with me. Now I'm with these people. Now I'm with my memory. Now I'm with my friend. Now I'm with something I have to do in the future. And now I'm with you. It's a two-way process. If you want to communicate, you have to have something going on. Sometimes your communication is only expressed via the inner world, and we just get out of the way and let the audience in. Sometimes it may be through increased agitation, a change in tempo, something physical. There could even be a dialogue between how you're trying to appear and what is really going on in the mind. When I say mind, I mean something like the heart mind, as the Buddhists say, the whole inner world. An open heart allows you to see, share, and empathize. The final part of this chapter deals with radiations, or rays, energy exchange. You release your diaphragm, and you can start to feel that you can make contact with other bodies. Yoga, and especially Tai Chi, help really well to enable you to open up. It is a very gentle process. You have to let go, and you have to open at the heart, open at the solar plexus, at the sexual center, maybe at the throat, maybe above your head, maybe through the eyes. Hold your hands in front of your heart. Just feel a little connection from your heart to your hands. Breathing and smiling from the heart, and as you radiate out, you allow the energy to expand beyond your hands. So expand out into the space. And then you meet the world from the heart or from the solar plexus, and you bring that energy back. So you can bring the energy in and out. This is just reaching out energetically. And this is what Stanislavsky means by radiations, non-physically touching your partner, and they're in communication with you. The things to take away from this are: always know where your attention is, simultaneously giving and listening. It's not just a mental process, it's not just thoughts, it's from the heart, it's from the belly, it's from the solar plexus, it's the whole body. Throughout the performance, you are allowing yourself to be spontaneous, to be done to at any given time, in character, with any aspect of the given circumstances, the past, the present, the future, other members of the cast. You're allowing the audience in to your inner life.